Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you feeling?
Feeling great, blessed, thankful. Let's play some football. Back out here. Can't complain. How about you?
Same as you. Not playing though.
Ah,
Just standing.
hear that?
Hey, what has what impression have you gotten so far working with Marcus Dixon?
Oh, he's great, man. I really like Coach Dixon a lot, man. He's a student of the game. You know, you could tell he's been around the game. He's a former player, and I remember the first time I met him. He was sitting down. I walked in his room, and he was like, is you special? Yeah, like, pleasure. I'm Coach Dixon. He was assistant D-line coach. And he stood, and I was like, oh, what's up with the damn? He stood up. I was like, well, goddamn. That boy big. Whatever. I was like, yeah, that boy big. I'm like, yeesh. But, yeah, no, he's a great guy, great coach, all about the fundamentals, like Coach Henny. Attention to detail. I really like him.
Sean was talking before about you becoming more versatile along the defensive line. What do you feel like has been the key for you in terms of kind of expanding your skill set?
I just think, honestly, I just think studying, man. Studying the game, studying other players, and off-season stuff. A lot of work off-season, man. A lot of hours, Not trying to, brag on myself, but it's a lot of hours, a lot of hours. It's just that, a lot of studying. Coach Henny, obviously. Coach Henny, man, amazing coach. Huge shout out to Coach Henny. And AD, just a lot of people in my corner. Brock, a lot of guys I got to see, going through this process. My 4th year now. Crazy to think I'm getting old. I'm an old man. But, yeah.
Any certain skills that you've tried to hone, especially over this past year, that have helped you kind of unlock maybe?
Yes, my pass rush. Pass rush. That was my biggest thing because, I know my role. My first 2 years starting was first and second down, right? Stopping the run. And, that was a big thing for me and a big thing, when I talked to Coach Henny was a thing he really wanted me to hone in on was pass rush ability and working on moves and working an edge and seeing things quicker. So that was a lot of my offseason was spent on that, yeah.
Pass rush wise, what was kind of the breakthrough for you this offseason? Was there anyone you were working with in particular? Any sort of training?
Yeah, I was working with Eddie a lot. I was working with Eddie, Jordan, McGilvra. Yeah, I don't know how to say his last name. I didn't want to butcher it. Shout out to my dog Eddie. I was working with him since February.
Okay.
So I was working with him from February till now. So yeah, it was
He's the key.
He helped a lot. A lot of stuff that I struggled with. He watched the tape. We watched the tape of myself, things I wanted to work on. I told him, and we worked at it. One day at a time, and kept working on it. Worked on counters, worked on strengths, weaknesses, and that's another thing I feel like with pass rush. I was saying earlier. I feel like I had this conversation before. I feel like I said this before, but with pass rush, everyone pass rushes differently. It's just like everyone's different. Everyone's body's different. So you have to kind of find what suits you. What's your foundation? What are your go-to, and then some counters off of it. Your strengths and kind of like that. So yeah.
Hey,
We get 2 more guys.
I remember last year, this time at camp, first week, you guys have an all virtual install on defense. You come out, you guys pretty much dominate that first week of training camp, and then it gets more competitive from there. But this time, the first week of camp, it was pound for pound. It seemed like you guys were just in a battle.
Yeah.
Do you get that sense at all? And what does that feel like, and why do you think that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I just feel like, we have a lot of guys back. A lot of guys just kind of know the system. It's another year under our belts. Another year for at least for me to get the system right. So now it's second nature. I feel like it's probably the same for a lot of those guys up front. Let's see, Corbett's back, Bobby's back, Whitworth's back, Fridge is back. So right, those guys they're honed in. Like there's nothing that they haven't heard. They're just locked in, and it's great to see because we're always pushing each other back and forth, and that competitive excellence is just going to breed success. So it's really awesome to see. It's really awesome to have. It's really awesome to have that competition. Competition brings the best out of everyone. So yeah.
Last one, guys.
Yeah. Many fans don't realize that someone drafted in the 6th round can be started within 3 years. What advice do you have for the late round draft picks as they work in their first training?
Yeah, my advice to the late round draft picks, man, is take it one day at a time. Don't look so far ahead in the future. Just be present and soak up as much knowledge as you can do as much as extra as you can, study that playbook as much as you can, and when you do get your ops, just make the most out of the opportunities, you know. And I know it sounds really cliche, but it's so true. It's crazy because I always think about, because my first training camp was here, and I always think about it. I remember we were riding the go-karts around. I was getting my go-kart stolen. I went to like the older guys, and I was like, man, like I remember how stressed out I was, like how worried I was. I would just tell them, man, just, if you are religious, just keep the faith, do everything in your power just to do everything the coach says, and just study that playbook, keep your head in that playbook, and just work on your craft day in and day out, man. Don't take anything for granted, and I promise you, it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out in your favor. If it's not with that team, it's gonna work out somewhere else, because like AD says, hard work always pays off, man. It's a fact.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, man.
God bless, guys. Have a good one.